And lads, I can't be too loud. I'm kind of annoyed that this is like either my last or second last game in this room. Otherwise, I'm out of the house. I can lose my mind. Stephanie White is one of the worst coaches in this league. And I say one of because there are coaches like Sydney Johnson who are trying to lose. Sydney Johnson is trying to lose. Don't get it twisted. He's trying to lose. Tyler Marsh is garbage. But like, when you look at the upper echelon of coaches, she's not close. She is not close. The Fever are a team. So the Fever played the Atlanta Dream a few weeks ago. The Dream scored 71 points. How did the Fever hold the Dream to 71? So the game before, the Indiana Fever went and played against Portland, where they switched everything and let Portland put them on an island and isolate them. It was a it's one of those things now where we all knew it didn't work. So they got the ball out of Ryan Howard's hands. They made Jordan Canada try beat them. They did a whole bunch of things on defense. They tried stopping the ball to Angel Reese. And on offense, everything kind of went two-man game. Kelsey Mitchell was off the ball. They played at a tempo. They went. And the Indiana Fever, in pure Stephanie White fashion, said, okay, this is how we won the last game. So therefore, Atlanta are going to expect us to do this. We're going to go back to our bullshit defense, leaving everybody on an island. Caitlin Clark nearly fouls out of the game. Duh. So first of all, that's starting off on the wrong foot. Offense-wise, their offense was Caitlin, Kelsey, or Aaliyah. Go ISO, and everybody stand around and watch them. I've never seen anything. This was literally just ISO ball. And this is why I hate Stephanie White as a coach so much. I fucking hate her as a coach. And I'm not saying Stephanie White's a bad coach. Stephanie White plays ball like it's a chess match. She comes into a game thinking, what is my opponent's coach thinking? And I'm going to outcoach the other team. The other coach. We're going to run weird shit. I'm going to outcoach whoever's on the other side. And not, what do we need to do to win this game? And by the way, really good coaches I know a lot of really good coaches. Like, every coach has different philosophy. And Stephanie White has been very successful at coaching mediocre teams into being good teams. But like, I'm sorry. As a fan, it frustrates the fuck out of me. Her coaching philosophy, I hate it so much. And yes, they could have won this game. But like, they come into the second quarter with a lineup of Raven at point, Caitlin at the 2, who didn't touch the ball in a 3-minute spell, by the way. Didn't touch it. Raven at point, Caitlin at the 2, Sophie at the 3, Billings at the 5, and MHA at the 4. Like, who thought that was a lineup to run when you had just built a 5-point lead? Who the fuck thought that was a lineup to run? When you are in control of a game and you lose all control immediately. Way to kill momentum. She's back with her bullshit NBA rotations. Mo sucks, MHA sucks, Danda sucks, Timpson sucks when these bigs bad. And like, I'm not going to complain about Timpson and MHA because they're bench players are not supposed to be playing minutes. They have to now. I'm meant to finishing games. But yeah, it is. It's a rough one. It is a rough one, and not only that, after the second quarter, okay, you've lost all momentum in the game, and it's literally then just like, okay, yeah, Caitlin, go take us home. Kelsey Mitchell was just standing in the corner. Like, I understand, like, they were denying Kelsey Mitchell the ball. And, like, they denied Kelsey Mitchell the ball like they used to deny Caitlin Clark the ball. And do you want to know what the big problem is with that? Is that the Steph White logic is, Stephanie White's logic is, okay, if Kelsey's being denied, we're going to go 4-on-4. If Caitlin's being denied, we're going to go 4-on-4. You do not waste Kelsey Mitchell as a fucking decoy, nor do you waste Caitlin Clark. Today it was Kelsey Mitchell. This is the first time I've seen Kelsey Mitchell play decoy for 3/4 of a game. She played decoy for 3/4. That's not good enough. If you're going to keep her on the floor, don't let her play decoy. She's not good enough on defense to have in that scenario. Caitlin Clark then picks up her fouls. Caitlin Clark picks up in the second quarter, her third foul. Jordan Canada falls over. Jordan Canada literally trips on her own feet. And all of a sudden, Jordan Canada trips over her own feet. Jordan Canada is, it's a foul. Does she challenge the call? No. Does she challenge it? No. Then in the third quarter, Ryan Howard runs into Sophie Cunningham and hits her. And Sophie Cunningham takes her down with her. Is it an offensive foul? Maybe. Is it a defensive foul? Probably not. Will it ever be overturned? No. It was so egregious that apparently the refs were discussing whether to upgrade it to a transition take foul. She challenged the call and nearly got it upgraded for no reason. Sophie was on one foul. For no reason, she challenged the call. And then in the fucking fourth quarter, first possession, you're down 8 points. Caitlin has 26 points at this stage, 8 assists. I don't know how they stole her last assist while in the fourth, but fuck it, I don't care about counting numbers that much. But Jordan Canada falls over again, and she can't challenge it because she wasted a bullshit challenge on Sophie Cunningham. And then you're down the stretch of the game where KK Timpson, look, I thought KK had a good game. I'm not saying KK didn't do a really good job in this game. They didn't defend her. They had KK standing in the corner. And KK is catching the ball and she's like, what the fuck do I do with it? I'm going to throw the ball 10 feet past my target and give it to the other team. And she did it twice. She had no idea what to do with the ball, and she just kept getting in the way. They didn't have an offense, didn't run an offense. So down the stretch, it was just iso ball, and she just kept getting in people's way. And it's not her fault. She's not very good. She's a terrible offensive player. She gets in people's way. She doesn't know where she's meant to be on defense. But I'm gonna be real. I feel bad for KK. Because the problem with KK, and for anyone saying fans wanted Howard gone, Howard would have done the same shit as KK. Howard would be standing in that fucking corner on the 3-point line. Howard would be standing in that corner bricking threes if she still played with Indiana. It's nothing to do. Howard did the best thing she ever did leaving this team. Natasha Howard is a center. She's not a power forward. She's a center. She would have played traditional power forward. The Fever. Nobody runs traditional power forwards anymore. Or old school power forwards. None of the Fever power forwards can shoot the ball other than Dantas, who can't play basketball. I don't know if... I don't care how bad Mo Billings is being. Fucking play Lexi Hull. And one of the most egregious things I've ever seen. It's 106-101. The Fever fouled Jordan Canada on a free throw. What did the Fever do? They sub out KK for Lexi. They sub out a big for a guard and give up the offensive rebound. They subbed out on a rebound. They were immediately going to call timeout. They needed to catch a board, and they subbed out a big for a guard and gave up the rebound. I've never seen that before. I'm like, are you fucking joking? Are you fucking joking? If it was a live possession, if it was a defense possession, it is what it is. On a free throw rebound, you then decide to take out KK. I'm like, is something wrong with you? What the fuck was she doing? I'm not, there's reason, Stephanie White is not the reason they lost this game. To act like Caitlin Clark didn't no-show the fourth quarter, like, Caitlin had a no-show. Foul trouble. And the awful, like, the referees called 2 phantom fouls on Caitlin, and it did change the game. And it changed how Caitlin was when she came back in. She was passive. She didn't want to pick up an offensive foul. It is frustrating to watch. This is not on Stephanie White. It's not on Stephanie White, this game. The fact is that at no stage in the game did even 2 of Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell play well at the same time. Kelsey Mitchell did cardio for the first half. This was 2.5 quarters of Caitlin trying to will a team back into a game. Will a team into a game. And then a fourth quarter takeover for Kelsey Mitchell. And Aaliyah Boston having the quietest 23 points I've ever seen. Thank you so much, BKB39 for $20. Thank you so much, Roderick, for the $5. Really appreciate it. Oh, 20th super chat. Thank you so much. But Sophie is on fire in the ice here. They didn't ice out Sophie. Sophie Cunningham's an off-ball catch and shoot weak side player, and they just denied her. They weren't missing. They weren't missing Sophie. But like, the Indiana Fever played this game like it was a pickup game. They didn't run any of their sets. They didn't, like, Steph White's back to her, we're in the playoffs now, let me experiment. And I'm like, you're not good enough to be doing that. You're just not. You had the opportunity to get into the top 4. You are not good enough. You're not gonna get home court advantage. You're not good enough to be running bullshit to experiment. You're not good enough to go out and say, whichever of the big 3 have the ball, go ISO. Like, you're not good enough. You're not good enough defenders to say, okay, we're gonna play pickup style. Everybody guard their man. Everyone guard their man. You got to take responsibility in guarding your man and not getting beat. There's not one good point of attack defender on this team. Not one. Aaliyah's a good post defender. Like, there's not one good point of attack defender on this entire team. And their entire defense is based on, can you stay in front of someone as a point of attack defender? I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, what are we actually doing? What are we actually doing as a team? It's just Steph White bullshit experimenting over and over and over again, man. And the problem is, again, you live by hero ball, you die by hero ball. And the Fever lived by it to start the game with Caitlin. Then we're dying by it when Caitlin didn't have the greatest third quarter. And then it's kind of lived by it again when Caitlin was good at the end of the third. And then died by it to start the fourth. And then lived by it with Kelsey Mitchell. And then died by it because none of them did anything late in the game. Like, it's frustrating. It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. Like, I am somebody, if anyone has ever been around me with teams that I coach, and I'm going to be honest, like, at whatever level you're at, like, every coach has their philosophy. Like, I am absolutely a process-based. Process-based is everything. If you look at the underlying stats, the Fever should have lost this game by 20 points. The underlying stats and the way the game went, the AI supercomputer says the Fever should have lost by 23 points. And that is accurate. This was a 30-point blowout game that was close because of early game heroics by Caitlin Clark and late game heroics by Kelsey Mitchell. It's as simple as that. This was a bad game. This is a really bad game.